So first question is, with you being a dentist, what's one thing dental school doesn't prepare students for that matters most in real practice?
How to communicate with human beings. As it turns out, most of your professors are pretty antisocial. And as it turns out, learning histology does not mean that you know how to communicate with a human being. It was said on the walls of my library in dental school that if you don't care about the person, don't be a doctor. Doctor in Latin means teacher. And teachers need to communicate different ways to different people in order to communicate their message. So in general, if your goal is to be a doctor and not a dentist, you got to figure out your philosophy on why you're even doing the damn thing.
When working with interns through Turab Rai, what's the biggest mindset shift you want them to make early on?
It's okay to fail. In fact, I want you to fail. Not to say that I'm actively going to put you through pain and suffering, but if you're not failing, you're not really learning. So fail, and fail fast, fail hard.
So many students feel overwhelmed or behind. What do you say to interns who doubt themselves?
If you're overwhelmed, it's better than being bored. If you feel behind, don't compare yourself to people that are nothing like you. If you are unsure of yourself, take actions, the smallest action that you can every day to give yourself the data that you are actually moving forward. It compounds over repetition, my friends. And repetition is the first step of discipline. Then you'll be free. That's what you're really looking for.
How does hands-on real-world experience change the way students think compared to learning from just textbooks?
If you're not getting real-world experience, I'm not sure what type of simulation you want to live in, but the reality is reality. I wish I did more internships when I was in college and when I was in graduate school, because then I would actually know how to run a business from the perspective of a business owner. You really want to be an owner in life, and the only way to own something is to understand reality. There's no simulation that's going to get you there. Get into the real world as soon as possible. If you're watching this damn video, go and look up real world internships that you can get right now. Change your life in a drastic way.
What mistakes do you want interns to make while learning, and what mistakes should they try to avoid?
Don't make the same mistake twice. I think that would be the biggest mistake, is if you allow yourself to do the bullshit twice, don't be a bullshitter, okay? Other than that, all mistakes are good. Just don't make the same mistake twice.
If you could redesign dental education from the ground up, what would you change?
Oof. Well, I would basically get rid of like histology and all of the biochem and all of the bullshit classes, and I would spend a lot more time on human interaction. I would in fact force dentists and doctors to spend a lot more time with their community and actually understand the real problems that people are going through. One of the biggest things that burns doctors out is not realizing how undisciplined and how unorganized the vast majority of human beings actually are. And if you don't realize that early on, you're going to constantly be upset at the fact that you cannot actually change someone's life because you don't know how to communicate with them. On top of that, by virtue of going out into the community, dude, if you've never smoked weed, if you've never done a psychedelic, if you've never had a drink, if you haven't fucked up in any major way, you're just going to judge people. And really, that doesn't help you serve them. Don't judge people, right? Your role is to be a teacher, not an asshole.
What kind of student tends to thrive most in the Turab Rai environment?
The types of people that know that you have something to give and that you really, really want to change something about your environment. When you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of like people around you not treating you the way that you want to be treated, of not having the power to actually make your dreams come true, I will give you those tools. But the reality is, if you don't care about being a leader and you don't care about service and you don't care about making a difference in your society and community, hell, I don't want you.
How does confidence actually get built in dentistry and not just talked about?
I think the issue is that when we're in high school, we think in like the teens, we think in the tens. Real progress in life requires at least hundreds of repetitions. At least hundreds of repetitions. Someone asked me, what's the hardest dental procedure? The hardest dental procedure is the one that you haven't done 100 times.